Yo, it's good, my brother.
Now what's going on, man? Ready to start another episode of the Head for the Hills?
So it's just three, number three.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Definitely ready to get into it today. We got a lot of wrestling we're gonna talk about. Um, NBA finals.
Mm-hmm.
Touch on some Olympic. You know, when do the Olympics start? We should be pretty much here, right?
Yeah, I think they only got maybe one or two more exhibition games or something like that. So yeah, it definitely should be on the horizon.
Okay, okay, cool. So guess we're gonna get into the wrestling first.
Yeah, we can.
That's cool. That's cool. So we talked about doing the SmackDown recap, Money in the Bank recap, Monday Night Raw, which is last night recap. And I guess a lot's transpired, so we can do predictions and how we like things. You know, with the crowd coming back and all that good old stuff that we used to do. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? So I guess we start with the SmackDown. This is past Friday night. And you have any notes from SmackDown? I know we have the off the top of my head the feud between Roman Reigns and Edge. Edge been I was about to say running amok, but it's been wreaking havoc these last few weeks. I want to say probably just about up to a month on Roman Reigns and the Usos, and you know he's hell bent on getting this one-on-one match for the title that he felt he was owed from winning the Royal Rumble. um, I feel like Edge is the first person in history to get two title shots because he won the Royal Rumble.
Definitely finessing out here, man.
So I'm gonna have to do a little history, but he's used the I won the Royal Rumble excuse twice now, and they both led up to title shots. So
Mhm.
um, some other things that transpired also was there was a keeping on this storyline. There was a 6-man tag event with Edge and the Mysterios, Ray and Dominic, son father, and Roman and the Usos, which saw the Usos picking up the win for the Samoan family. How do you feel about like either separately or together? How do you feel about this storyline between these 6 people?
Man, I like it. I like it, man. It's refreshing. I like Dominic, like the Mysterios, the champs. They was holding it down, and you know what I'm saying. I'm loving. I'm not even a fan of Roman, but I'm loving the whole family storyline. It's been good. It's been fun to watch. It's been quality TV.
Yeah, I completely agree. Ever since Roman came back with this family first thing, at first it looks like because he's doing the whole heel thing, it looks like he's basically manipulating any and everybody. But now, and I don't know if this is leading to like maybe a face turn, and I also want to talk to you about an idea that was brought to Vince McMahon that was shot down versus what they actually ended up doing.
Okay.
So, but before then, I'll just say like it looks like they might be heading towards like a face turn because he really is genuinely caring about his family, and it seems to be less of a manipulation thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
All
I
right.
like, huh?
How do you feel about that? Or
Him?
that's what you about to get into?
Nah, I wasn't. Him going face.
Yeah.
Ah, it this gimmick could work as a face. You know what I mean? Um, because of the kind of heel that he is, technically he's just a monster heel. He
Hmm.
doesn't cheat to win, so he doesn't use like little heel tactics to win. He's not low blowing you. He's not poking you in the eye. He's not using the ropes to pin you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in that aspect of a face turn, nothing much is really going to change. He's probably still going to be the dominant thing. The only thing I have a problem with is that you lose some intimidation when you're a face.
100%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're a heel, serious, all about business, like you move on your own time, you show up when you want to. Face, I kind of feel like you got to play too much towards the crowd when you're a face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like my whole issue is like by him going face, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
while it might not affect it in the ring, but I think to me it might affect the whole character and gimmick. Like I said, for that reason, like faces have to be somewhat kind of cheesy. And I think he'll lose. He's definitely, well, he might lose like a lot of that edge. And that's what kind of like made me like him. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? The whole like better respect me and all that type stuff, beating the respect out of people. But I grown to love that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's gonna be doing something similar like that as a face, getting people to buy in, to respect me. I'm the head of the table and all that. Like, I don't know, man. I hope he doesn't lose like a lot of that transition into a face.
Yeah, I hope. I hope. And if it happens, which is WWE, so it probably will. This is going to go down as one of the greatest, I feel like, gimmicks that we've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm not ready for it to end yet. I'm not
Yeah,
even a Roman fan, and I just don't want them to tinker with it and mess with it too much. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Just like, but it's like it's just WWE. That was the whole problem. That's why it took so long for Roman to turn heel, is because they just want this guy to be a face so bad.
Mm-hmm. And he actually said on one of his interviews that he pitched the heel idea about right around the time that he ended up leaving for cancer when he had leukemia.
Okay.
And they repeatedly shot it down because they wanted him to be a top face. So I'm a run past. I don't even know if you heard this. You might even heard this before because you be into it just like how I am. The initial blueprint of what they really wanted to do, as far as like how they have the bloodline right now with Roman and the Usos.
Yeah.
So the initial idea that they ran past Vince McMahon, which was to form a Samoan dynasty.
Okay.
And so it the bloodline group that we have now, and then there would have been a female version as well with Naomi because she's married to Jimmy Uso, Nia Jax, and Tamina.
Okay, I didn't hear that part.
Right. And then it would be the regular bloodline, and then Bronson Reed would have been like the fourth member of the group.
I
Yeah.
mean, I probably would be on board for it. Like if you keep it along this line, that Roman be the guy, and then got like people business doing this dirty work and stuff like that. I mean, I'd have been cool with it. And then, like I said, it'd have been cool. Like you don't really see. I can't think of not too many groups that have like the females in it, so that'd have been a cool aspect too.
Right.
I'd have been
Right.
on board with it.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, and maybe because we're in the era where female wrestling is just now being taken serious these last 6-7 years. If we've even had a dominant heel female group,
Right. Right, especially like on the lines like a NWO, a DX,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Like I thought we was kind of getting that. I think like when they had started that whole women's revolution, you had like a nice little group with Naomi, Sasha, and I think it was Tamina. Like that'd have been like a nice little group, you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Or I think they had teased like some group with like but I think it was just like kind of like a battle against each other, but they had like a group with Becky, Paige, and Charlotte. And I
Right,
forgot it was something like based upon it was like some initials or whatever. But that would have been like a nice little group of just like based upon like submissions and stuff like that because they both was kind of submission based.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be nice, man. I definitely would love to see it, man.
Yeah, I love to see it. I feel like we're gonna I feel like we're gonna get that group one day. I kind of feel like they're gonna. I just really feel like they have no choice but to actually give us the full horsewomen in an official heel group.
Ooh, I would love that. You know me, I would love that, man.
Like I feel like I don't know what time they're gonna do it, but I feel like they have to do that.
Dog, that might be too overpowered right there.
But you at least, at least, at least, even if it doesn't last long.
Dog, I definitely need like a year-long run of them. You know what I'm saying? Then get them like a lot of the gold and all that.
All the
And just
gold,
had
yeah,
them just running roughshod over Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Like
yeah,
that
yeah,
would be nice.
yeah.
And then have them join like some type of superhero, super tough face group between the three brands to come beat them and make it like come full circle like a Survivor Series or something like that, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I feel like that would be amazing. I would be on board with you. Like that would be amazing. Like
Yeah. And just like you said, like have like the face females really don't have too much unity or whatever. And then have like
mm-hmm.
them, you know what I'm saying, working as a team, just straight dismantling each women's division, beating up like your Oscars, your Nia Jax, and then going to SmackDown, beating up your Carmelas, and go down to NXT, beating up the Mandy Roses and the Dakota
Mm-hmm.
Kai. Man, it'd be woo. I love it.
Yeah. And then have like sweet spots where it's like, you know how everybody's like always hitting their finishes and all of that. You can
Mm-hmm.
have a sweet spot where it's just like all four of them in the ring doing like some type of submission on another person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
yeah. So that would be something. I can almost assure you they have to do that one day.
It would be so much money that the merch would go off the
Would
charts,
it?
the ratings would go off the charts. Like it'd be, man, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, yeah. So also from SmackDown, there was I want to say was it the last man standing match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn?
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it was the last man standing match because that's the one where you have to answer to the count of 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, okay, it was that. So yeah, they had that, and then I guess this is the last qualifying match for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Winner gets to be in that match. Kevin Owens, to me, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, you know, best friends turn rivals, turn best friends, turn rivals again. To me, I feel like you really can never get old with this kind of storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Like this kind of storyline can just go on and on forever. You know what I'm saying? Two amazing workers.
Right. I was about to say that definitely what makes it work too. You know what I'm saying? It's a good storyline, but like when you had that element with the two great people on and off the mic, on in and out the ring,
Mm-hmm.
it was always gold.
Yeah. Kevin Owens, who's like you know, the modern era Stone Cold, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And Sami Zayn, who's the heel in this storyline, who's a different type of heel I don't think we've seen, which is, we might have seen it before, but just not to this degree, which is the conspiracy theorist heel.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that. What about you?
I love it. Like I said, I just think like I mean, since WWE's so money hungry, I just think they just need to they got great ideas, just brainstorm some more stuff. Like I mean you we just kick ideas in the Xbox party. Like they definitely should be a documentary coming out about how you know what I'm saying, his conspiracy or whatever. Like he had a film crew with him. Like where's the film? Where's the footage for that?
Mm-hmm. They definitely should have at least put like some cheesy little video together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and then yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of both of those guys, and obviously Kevin Owens. Once the match comes to a bunch of false finishes where each other is kicking out of pins nonstop, Kevin Owens has this spot where he hits about 3 or 4 finishes in a row. one on the announce table, one on the steel stairs, one through a table, and then one just on the floor outside of the ring, and then that's what gets him the victory for this. Another thing, let me see what I got. Cesaro versus Otis. Of course, the match ended with a disqualification. I think Shorty G got him. My bad. Chad Gable got involved.
Yeah, definitely snuck up behind him.
How do you feel about Otis's? Well, I guess it's their group technically, Alpha Academy. How do you feel about that? Them?
I like both guys individually. I'm not really feeling this new tag team. It's like kind of whack. They broke up Heavy Machinery just to put them in another group with Shorty G.
Mm-hmm.
Or Chad Gable, excuse me. Like I don't really care for it too much or whatever. Seems like it's like kind of like another like almost jobber tag team or whatever. I don't know. What you think?
Yeah, I feel like I like the Otis being a heel. He's been silly. He's been silly and brushed over for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's always welcoming when obviously we love heels, period. But it's always welcoming to see somebody with a fresh personality, mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not really a fan of the whole of Chad Gable. He's an excellent wrestler, but as far as like the manipulating trainer gimmick, not really a fan of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe if they add some more members to this group, maybe. But other than that, up until this match though, Otis was just like cleaning house as far as winning matches. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So he got one-on-one victories against like the Street Profits. A couple of others. I think he beat Baron Corbin. Well, that's not saying too much. I think he beat Baron Corbin. who's down on his luck right now. Shout out to Baron
Corbin going through it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna drop Baron Corbin cash app in the link, man. Send him a little something, you know. But yeah. Also, we had two new debuts. Well, this wasn't the debuts. This is their second time around with Shotzi and your girl Knox, Tegan Knox.
Yes, sir. Team Eli.
Yeah, they defeated Natalia and Tamina, the women's tag team champions, in a non-title match. I like that they got the victory. I don't like WWE like randomly changing their names. What do you feel about that?
Oh, they changed their names?
They don't have their whole names anymore. They just Shotzi and Knox.
Oh wow! I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I that for when they first debuted, I thought it was just like a mistake, like how they've been messing up with Nikki Cross's new name, and then they did it again this time. So I'm like, okay, well they're just going. They must be just yeah.
They Vince and them famous for doing that, man.
Yeah. So
at least they ain't changing nothing like super crazy. They just shorten it.
Yeah.
Because I remember when the Viking Express, they changed their name like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, that's really. Why do you think they like tinker with the name? Like, what's the point of shortening somebody's name?
I don't know. Like in this new age, with marketing and algorithms and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure it plays something into that. What they looking at, I don't know. Like, I don't think it really makes a difference.
Nah.
But I don't know. You know, Vince and them, I don't know what they talk about in the boardrooms, man.
Yeah. If you're good, your name is going to get known regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and then it seems like kind of unfair because there's just like a ton of talent walking around with their full names.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, You got the Usos got their full name. You know, well, obviously they're twins. So but you got Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it ain't just Reigns, or it ain't just Seth or Rollins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know what's their problem,
yeah, I don't. But yeah, I like them picking up, these W's. They're kind of low key, like flushing a lot of NXT talent to the main roster.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
I was gonna wait till we got to the next one, but I'm not too sure about it because like how we always discuss that NXT since it's on USA and just for just pure entertainment, they need star power down there. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
at least H, I think will be better at developing people.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that to look for as opposed to Vince and the main roster. They don't really develop too much talent. So hopefully they got some because you know what I'm saying. Like I remember, like especially before COVID, you always would hear about new recruits coming in. It seems like that's kind of been slowing down. It's more so them getting rid of people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just worried about that.
Yeah, them getting rid of people.
Yeah, I mean, not bringing in people to replace the people because it's always supposed to be like a cycle. Like all these people get called up, but it's usually people in the wing waiting to take these spots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping they got people in the wing ready to take the place of the people going up.
Right. And yeah, so we definitely gonna touch on that again because they're not the only ones who've been called up. So I think that was it from SmackDown, unless I missed anything. What do
Finn
you?
Balor.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Finn Balor. So that's like another main guy. Then you couple that we'll talk about on Raw. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and then it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Finn. Finn's a great wrestler.
Yes.
But for whatever reason, they just, well, I mean, before the injury, well, after the injury, they just wasn't using him right. He was getting built up nice, and then he got the injury. Of course, he had to step away for a little while, and then just couldn't really find his footing. And he went back down to NXT and got back hot again. Now he's back up on the main roster. I just hope they use him right.
Yeah. I hope so too. I hope so as well. Um, man, definitely hope. And that was SmackDown, so can't wait to see what he does on this coming SmackDown. So we moving on to Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I think that's about it for SmackDown.
Yeah, I can't remember if not saying it ain't nothing. It ain't memorable. I just what I'm saying.
And that's like my whole point too. Like even though like it's supposed to be a big spectacle, fans coming back, but it was just for me. It was just all right. It was just okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
SmackDown.
It was okay. Like
Yeah.
we kind of thought, and we thought this with Money in the Bank and Raw too. Raw kind of delivered, so to speak, but we just kind of thought it'd be like a night full of surprises. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, maybe they wanted to save that for this week or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like we said, we'll see.
Right. So okay, we can go to Money in the Bank. Before we get there, we pit stop at the pre-show. The the Usos defeated the Mysterios to become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and officially the Bloodline is dripping in gold. Every member has a title. Great match. Obviously we've been saying that since we were kids about Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
Ever since the Usos been in WWE, they've been nothing but money. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Rey Mysterio's kid Dominic, man, I guess he's a natural. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So I think he's only 19 or 20 or something like that.
Okay.
And so he's really young, and he's really like, you could tell he's been doing this for a while. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Trip off the
also
whole block.
yeah, I also feel like not too many people get a running start like he got in wrestling too. You know, his first feud was like against Seth Rollins or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
like,
Like,
damn,
he
you.
had to go to NXT or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Like he's like, hey, your first match gonna be at such and such against Seth. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. But yeah, it was a nice back and forth match. Usos eventually pick up the W, albeit a little help
They
from.
cheated. You know what I'm saying? Don't Lord, that's just what it was. They cheated.
I ain't gonna say they cheated, but a little help. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got to say it. I say they cheated.
You know, Jimmy had the roll up pen. You know, Jay making sure he had the pen. You know, right. You know what I'm saying? Held his foot.
Making sure he had the pen right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Making sure it was at a good angle. You know what I'm saying?
He used his feet to keep him on top of Rey Mysterio. You leverage yourself between the rope and the pin. Sure.
I ain't see all that, but you know, point is, they walked away with the championship. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't how you do it. It's the fact that you do it. That's what JBL always said, man.
That's what we need to open up SmackDown with. Just an official review, and let's run it back, man.
Nah. So then we get to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And it starts off with the female Money in the Bank. How'd you feel about this match?
Man, I loved every bit of this match, man. They didn't really hold no punches the way they let the women go at it. So it was like a lot of nice spots. The women took a lot of bumps I didn't picture them taking. You know what I'm saying? And they used like everybody. Everybody got a chance to shine in this jump. Like I was telling you when we was watching the pay-per-view, I think my only gripe with was they could have did something cool. Cause like they let Alexa Bliss, she's supposed to be like some type of supernatural power being. I think if they missed a spot like at the opening of the match where everybody was outside fighting, getting ladders, she was in the ring and she tried to like reach for it. I think if they'd used like the whole Bray Wyatt effect, Fiend effect, had like the lights flicker, you know, make some sound effects and make it seem like she can actually use her powers to bring down the Money in the Bank. I think that'd have been like a nice aesthetic to the match because she did try to like control. I think it was Nikki Ash or one of the females.
I think it's Zelina
Vega.
Yeah, Zelina Vega. Yeah,
she used mind control to make Zelina walk down the ladder, which was cool. But like I said, I think you missed the opportunity with, you know what I'm saying, a nice little added to the gimmick.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too. I love the whole supernatural thing. I feel like hers is done like good, you know, just to add extra to the match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then like my bad. Let me let you get back to it. It makes it's good because like she's like so small and tiny, so that to have that power to push her over the edge. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a nice touch.
Yeah, I definitely like that. One thing I don't like, is just courtesy of her. You know, I guess they gave her this from Bray as well. Is for all of this, she never wins.
True. But only time she get wins is over Bray.
Right. Right.
Another person, like you say, who doesn't win like they should win.
Right. Like the coolest, I feel like, gimmick out of all of them. And it's like she just never like wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was a great, like you said, surprise that they let females do a bunch of bumps that they don't normally do, but that's just a testament to the hard work that these ladies put in. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And do you want to talk about the finish to this match?
Yeah, we can.
So there's a spot where there's about 4 or 5 ladders set up in the middle of the ring, and all the females are fighting amongst each other and are so engaged in the battles that they don't notice Nikki Ash, like not even sneaking around or nothing, literally gets in the ring, climbs up in between females fighting. Nobody noticed that she's climbing up. Nobody notices that she's reaching for this briefcase. They're too busy fighting. And she grabs the briefcase and she wins the Money in the Bank match. And then everybody notices what just happened. How do you feel about that? I'm not mad that she won, but how do you feel about that sequence though?
Hey man, she used the superpowers, man, to be triumphant, man. It's like, now all jokes aside though, like for it to be that good of a match, I think the ending could have been a little bit better, but like as a point, like it's a little cheesy. It kind of pays their superhero gimmick, so I'm not too mad at it.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of, I kind of would have went to maybe they saving this for another time. The conventional superhero method, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, against all odds, she just started hitting like a bunch of finishes out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, and then like maybe had a typical little you and somebody else at the top of the ladder type, back and forth, and then somehow, some way she just win it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely, I guess that was a play on like females and whatnot. So yeah, I'm not like I'm glad she won, but yeah, the way that happened, I don't know. Any last points from that match?
Nah, man. Just shout out to all the women holding it down. It was a great, amazing match.
Facts. So then that takes us to the next match on the card, which was AJ Styles and Omos versus the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team Championships. This is a good match. Obviously AJ Styles, we don't need to speak on his wrestling prowess. The Viking Raiders are very great wrestlers for the size men that they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. A lot of flexible moves. Obviously, they have the power move, the brawling mentality, but a lot of finesse moves under their belts that executed flawlessly. And I don't know about you, man, but I'm starting to become a big Omos fan, man.
Yeah, man. He was holding it down, man. And like I said, like I love this match. It was good tag team chemistry, even though AJ and almost hasn't been tag team that long, even though they got the belts. You already know the Viking Raiders got good chemistry, and yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. Almost, man, he's coming along well, man. Learning from one of the greats.
Yeah, so they definitely got the win. I guess we doing the thing. We were kind of great in the matches and whatnot.
Okay.
So yeah, so we don't have to do that, I guess. So next, did you have any end points that you want to talk about in the match?
No, that was about it. Like, great match.
Yeah. So next, which was, I guess, technically a match, if you say, the WWE Championships on the line. The Hurt Business's Bobby Lashley versus the New Day's Kofi Kingston. And I don't even know if Kofi got a move off in this match.
It did. It didn't amount to too much offense. I'll tell you that.
This was a squash match of epic proportions, and it's crazy when you cut the distractions out how focused Bobby, storyline speaking, how focused Bobby Lashley, once he gets there, what he can do. This is 6 days after losing to Xavier Woods. Almost beating down MVP, getting rid of the fine ladies and the champagne and the partying and all that. And just absolutely mauls Kofi Kingston to retain his championship. What are your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, man. Bobby definitely came out here and wanted to send a message, man. Like I said, they're picking up a few losses, and he wanted to get back right, man. I felt sorry for Kofi. I'm like, dang, somebody gonna throw the towel in? He's beating the crap out of this guy. He was just toying with him. Like it was at like some points of the match, like the ref was like, "Come on, man, go for a pin." Like he hit my man with like 4-5 dominators, and oh
Uh-huh.
man, he was just toying with him, man. Got to check on Kofi, see if Kofi's all right, man. Got to check the social media or something, man. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we'll touch on this later on because he was, in fact, all right. So, yeah, great showing for Bobby Lashley. He got big matches on the horizon, according to the rumors, and what we saying on Monday Night Raw, clear indicator what's next for him. So yeah, he definitely needed to finish up the storyline with Kofi in dominant fashion in order to sell these upcoming matches. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, good showing and booking by him. Next on this card, we come to the Raw's Women's Championship, which seen Rhea Ripley defend against the Nature Goddess Charlotte Flair. I don't even know how many times Charlotte's had the championship, but it's definitely in double digits.
Oh, she had the Raw Zone 5, she had the SmackDown down 5, and she had the what's name Zone, the Divas Championship once. So she's an 11-time champion.
Okay, cool. I just knew it was in double digits. 11-time champion Charlotte Flair. This was the classic veteran heel versus young champion. And the veteran heel is strategically working on a body part the entire match and then making it come full circle when she locks in her submission. Although I'm not a big fan of Charlotte winning the championship again, I am a fan of like the story that they told in this match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Rhea Ripley ultimately having to give in to save herself from any further damage done to her knee, which was absolutely been like destroyed this entire match.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Man, I love it. This was a great match. I love the technical wrestling from Charlotte, man.
Mm-hmm.
Using the steps to hurt the leg even further. Like she had been talking to that leg for like a week. You know what I'm saying? Just setting that
Mm-hmm.
joint up. And when it came down to the match time, she didn't let up. Use the steps, put that leg between the steps, kicking the steps to hurt the leg further. Set
Mm-hmm.
her up for a finisher. That figure four with the bridge. Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And once she gets it locked in, it becomes the figure 8. And Rhea Ripley, after trying to fight it for a long time, she has no choice but to tap out
Yeah, man.
and relinquish her championship.
Live to fight another day, man.
Yeah, that's smart. Me personally probably would have just passed out or something, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But when you lose a championship, you get the rematch clause. Although they say it isn't a guarantee nowadays, we've seen the champion more times than not get the rematch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some far too many, Drew McIntyre, but it is what it is. So, next from the card, we get to the men's Money in the Bank match, which seems Ricochet versus Johnny Drip Drip, John Morrison, Riddle, who isn't Matt Riddle. I don't know if they changed his name, but
I did notice that a lot of Riddle. Yeah.
yeah, Matt Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, the new king of WWE, Shinsuke Nakamura, the king of strong style, and the Friday night savior, Seth Rollins. Definitely surprised about who won this match. This is a phenomenal match, by the way. Didn't
Completely
quite
agree.
understand it going into this, but when you see certain styles clash, it made sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, Side note that I have, and he's in the match and he didn't win, but man, what a talent Ricochet is, man.
Man, I don't even think we deserve him, man. Like that spot, getting pushed off the ladder, landing on that thin rope,
Mm-hmm.
and hitting a perfect attack to the outside. It's just picture perfect, beautiful, man.
I might have watched that one clip alone maybe 20 times.
It's like when you see stuff like that, you have to, man. Like, jeez, Louise, I'm gonna touch on. I got something I want to see. I'm gonna touch on it on Raw though. I don't want to give any spoilers.
Okay. Cool. Um, Other than that, is a bunch of cool spots, man. A bunch of with the mixture of talent, you're gonna get some. Classic moments. Um, but we're gonna go to the end of this match with seeing Big E grab this briefcase and become Mr. Money in the Bank. How do you feel about Big E winning this match?
I love it, man. Like the same thing with Nikki Cross winning it. Like people with personality having the briefcase, I like it because
Right.
there's so much you can do with it. So I'm not a fan. I'm a big fan of. Excuse me. I'm a big fan of Big E. I mean,
right.
I like it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to give it some some black guys, some African Americans, give it some shots. Let's get these belts, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Mr. Fucking Monday Night Raw, big head ass. He got the belt, so I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Get some more black people on this championship.
And that's Bobby Lashley, by the way.
Yeah, big head.
Well, hey. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with what you just said. I can already see Big E as the champion. That's going to be so much flavor, style, and charisma to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Yes.
Do you want to get into the theories we was talking about in the party?
Oh yeah. Yes, we can. Absolutely, we can.
Like that would be sweet. Just an idea for like a way to cash in. You know what I'm saying? Normally, Big E, since he's on SmackDown, he would cash in on SmackDown, but you don't have to.
Mm-mm.
So what if he was to cash in on Bobby to get payback for Bobby absolutely terrorizing the New Day and bring the New Day back together as a whole, as a collective?
Right, and that's the idea I kind of was pitching, but it was like, I agree they could do it like that, and then to just tie the storyline in to be like tactical about it.
Mm-hmm.
I would write it like this. So, and we didn't get to Raw yet, so I'm not going to give the spoilers about Bobby's next match. But he has a match already set up, basically for SummerSlam. And because this is how people cash in 100% of the time and win those championships. After that match, you can have like Kofi Kingston come back and attack Bobby Lashley. You know what I'm saying? For absolutely like destroying them and whatnot. And then, after that, you can have Big E come out and do his thing. You know what I mean? Like kind of take like some heel tactics. Even they don't have to be heels, but take some heel tactics to do what they got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get the job done.
Yeah, even if he has to come out himself and beat down Bobby Lashley and then cash in, because we don't see a lot of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think Edge might have been the only person I can remember actually coming out and doing heavy damage and then deciding to cash in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would definitely be like, yeah, bring New Day back together. They'll be the top champion on Raw, and then I don't know if you can have the other two win the tag titles again for what, a 20th time.
Hey man, the Usos be having the goddamn numerous times, man.
It ain't no way.
Let's have a New Day dripping in gold, baby.
I don't know the New Day. Usos what, about six time champions or something like that? Ain't no way.
Too many, man.
Okay, all right. Well, we want to get the hate out your blood, so we're gonna continue with the card though. And next we have the Universal Championship, was seen our tribal chief,
Yours.
our tribal chief Roman Reigns, defend with honor the Universal Championship against Edge. First and foremost, Edge doesn't deserve this match. He already had his title shot. He just showed up one day demanding title shots, and because of the authority or lack thereof with Adam Pearce, you know what I'm saying? He's scared out of his mind. He just grants these matches without thinking logical or nothing like that. So we're here, and we see some interference in this match, or at least attempted interference. And well, actually, the one interference towards the end was interference. Good brawler match, back and forth. I like the Roman Reigns versus Edge dynamic. I feel like they got good chemistry. So once Roman started taking the beating, Usos try to come out and help, but they were fought off by the Mysterios. And then it goes back into a one-on-one situation, and it's going back and forth, so to speak. And then Edge starts to get that upper hand again, and it's looking like he's going to put Roman away. I missed the part already about Seth Rollins kind of already interfering slightly, but he reappears to cause a distraction. And Edge, who I didn't like this part of the writing, because I feel like as many times as Edge has been on the other side, he should know better. And I want your opinion on this part too. To be distracted, and he's the ultimate opportunist. So to be distracted by somebody jumping up on the ring apron, I kind of was like, it works, but it shouldn't work with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And obviously he gives the boot, or tries to give the big boot to Seth Rollins. Turns around to a spear. 1, 2, 3. This match is over. What did you, before we get on to what happened next, what did you feel about this match?
The match was great, like you said, man. Nice back and forth, great wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest Roman Reigns fan, but he did his thing, man. And just to have it end that way, I ain't really care for it too much. Like you said, Edge is a savvy vet, man. You gotta put those things aside and get down to nitty gritty and win this match, man.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, I mean, I know it's hard to ignore Seth, which is one of the greatest wrestlers we ever seen. So you kind of got to give him your attention.
Wow.
You all right, bro?
I mean, I wasn't one of the greatest ever. I guess you could say that, but it's Edge.
I mean, who else has been labeled the Messiah?
Well, self-labeled. Throw that out there.
No, man. There's people in the following game there, but I digress.
You know, I'll pick a little eye at him, but I don't feel like Seth is that kind of problem where it's like I gotta, I handle him later. You know what I'm saying? He lost his match. Why would I pay attention to a loser? You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
But I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You sound like you one of the followers or something. Well, what time is church?
Man, hey. Relax. I ain't one of the followers, man. I'm up there with Seth, man. It's me and Seth, man. I've been telling y'all about Seth for the longest time, man. Go.
Okay. So, after the match, we have a stare down between Seth and Roman. And did you hear what Seth told Roman?
Nah, what do you tell him?
He'd be the champ if it wasn't for me, while he's pointing to Edge.
You gotta know, man.
So we're getting this stare down, and now the because of what's transpiring, I've been clamoring for a heel Seth versus heel Roman match for the longest, and it's looking like we're just not gonna get it. Edge is gone. Seth eventually leaves. Roman Reigns is announced as the and still Universal Champion, and he's asking the people to acknowledge him, which for the life of me, if you don't by now, I don't get what the problem is. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no problem, man. We don't acknowledge the Chef Boyardee, man. We don't acknowledge him, man.
I mean, I don't acknowledge him either, but the tribal chief is something way different. You know what I'm saying? So just when
only
he's
chief we acknowledge is the Kansas City Chief, man. Pat Mahomes, man.
Yeah, they lose they big matches and all that, but you want to acknowledge the person who win his. But, respect. So, anyways, in the midst of him, I don't know if he's about to get up on the ropes. I don't know if he's about to leave. John Cena music hits, and I love this part not because of John Cena, but obviously because of Pat McAfee. And so somewhat Michael Cole, you know what I'm saying? They absolutely lose their mind when they hear the music and then see John Cena come out to the apron. How do you feel about this moment?
I mean, I love it. It seemed like to me, I'm probably the only person that wasn't expecting this. Like sometimes I don't know, I didn't see this on my rumor mill that he was like expected to come back for so long. Maybe it was so far I forgot about it or something.
Right.
But man, I like it though. You know what I'm saying? Give him another person to gun for, and set up a good matchup, man. I'm happy for it. Kind of miss Big Max John, man.
I mean, I can say John Cena is decent. You know what I'm saying? I really hate the fact that, and it's just a testament to how great Roman is doing, what job Roman is doing right now. That all of a sudden, like these, I'm not gonna say washed. Respectful. I ain't gonna say washed up. But these older guys just keep trying to come back now. You know what I'm saying? Like he's making it look so easy that these guys are just trying to come back thinking they could do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big testament to Roman Reigns, man. Keep up the great work, man. Just another notch on the belt. I mean, he beat John Cena when we didn't even like Roman Reigns. So imagine what's going to happen now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah,
I don't know. He ain't beat Fast 9 John Cena.
We'll see. We'll see. Kind of feel like this might be Suicide Squad, John. You know what I'm saying? Coming back trying to challenge the Chief, but
I had the guns. I don't know. He get Buffalo.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. So, any final thoughts about Money in the Bank?
No, just would just say pretty good pay-per-view, man. They got some stuff right. I like the 2 Money in the Bank winners.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the only part they got wrong is just, you know what I'm saying, just obviously letting Usos cheat to win the belts. I mean, but I can't expect WWE to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? And my only other gripe was, you know what I'm saying, I copped the goddamn Peacock Network to watch it and talk to y'all, and the Peacock Network definitely started acting up right around the men's Money in the Bank match. So the last 2 matches, it was acting up. So I had to keep closing out and all that. And then, they always want to talk about trending. That was trending. Fix the Peacock app.
Okay. I definitely need to get they shit together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah, it definitely was a good pay-per-view for me. Start to finish. Pre-show was immaculate. You know what I'm saying? As far as the match goes and the results. Although a couple of my predictions was wrong, I thought Alexa Bliss would win that Money in the Bank zone. And I really didn't pick nobody for the men's, but I damn sure ain't think Big E was going to win it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Other than that, everything was pretty smooth, man. So I guess we can move to Monday Night Raw, which opened up with a promo from said John Cena, who says that he came back to challenge Roman Reigns at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship for the plain simple reason. I'm not gonna say fact like he said because it's not a fact, but the plain simple reason that Roman Reigns is an asshole.
Oh yeah, that's fact.
No, that's opinion, So I felt like he could have saved this for Friday. I mean, he just had to show up. Bray Wyatt told us the truth about John Cena last year, building up towards their WrestleMania match. That John Cena is just a slave for attention. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely didn't have to show up on Raw. He could have waited till Friday, but he just couldn't help itself. Bray told us that. Shout out to Bray, man. There's prophecy at this point, but yeah. Can't wait to see how this transpires. I'll be in close contact with the family. You know what I'm saying? And whatever they decide to do, I'm with it 100%, man. It's for the greater good of the family. You know what I mean?
No.
But anyways, since you off your hating shit these last few minutes, his promo leads into an interaction with the original bro, Matt Riddle, in which they have a bro off.
Bro.
Yeah. It's always cool to see the older talent interact with the newer talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I love it.
Yeah, so that was a nice, cool moment, which led us into Matt Riddle and the Viking Raiders versus Johnny Drip Drip and the Raw Tag Team Champions, Omos and AJ Styles. How'd you feel about this match?
It was a pretty good match. Kind of more the same. Good tag team. Good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna fake. I'm getting a little bit tired of it. I hope this is coming to the end of these batch of guys keep going back and forth. But I mean, it was a good match though.
Oh yeah. Definitely is a good match. Definitely need to tie up these loose ends. I kind of feel like if you fight at a pay-per-view, I kind of feel like that should be the end of the feud.
Yeah, that's what they need to start getting to, like wrapping it up then and there.
Right.
Unless certain people might get like a rematch, but I don't think they have to do it like right away.
Right.
Too.
That's correct. And even if you do want it right away, then just get it and don't do this 6-man type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next we had Jackson Riker versus Elias in the Symphony of Destruction match.
Yeah, first time I haven't seen this.
Yeah, so this is, I think they did one sometime last year with Elias and I want to say Jeff Hardy, but I'm not too sure. I wasn't a fan of it that time, but the way that they did it last night, that was okay. That was decent. It was decent last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all know what Elias brings to the table. Complete talent to me. Good in ring. Yeah, good in ring talent. Out of ring, on the microphone. The cutting the promo before the match, that seems to is never going to get old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly surprised, to use your terms, by Jackson Riker. You know what I'm saying? Don't know this dude from a can of paint, but he's a good talker. He's a great in-ring worker. And I definitely look forward to seeing more from him. He definitely picked up the W in this match. How do you feel about this match?
Man, it was a great match. They made good use of all the instruments around, the gong, the piano. In that last spot, we suplexed him on some tables. What was that, tables?
Yeah, 2 tables up.
It looked like Elias is great at selling that because I thought he was like legit hurt.
All right.
And then Jackson just reached his hand over and got the pin to win that match. Great match.
Excellent match. Which takes us to the next match, which is the women's tag team champions, Natalya and Tamina, versus the former women's tag team champions, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. I like how Tamina and Natalya, they're starting to pick up the pace as far as like having matches, considering that they're the women's tag team champions. I'm a fan of that. um, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, it's hard to pick up like what direction they're going in. They lost the titles. It seems like there's been little nuances that's been keeping them from winning ever since they lost the titles, even before then. Obviously Natalya and Tamina pick up the win because of distractions by Reginald. Once again, yes, it's a reoccurring theme. And once again, another reoccurring theme is, boy, Shayna Baszler eats a lot of pins, don't she?
Yeah. It's because getting this Nia Jax getting distracted, checking on Reginald, and leaving her teammate out to dry, man.
Yeah, and so that's exactly what happened. And after the match, Shayna Baszler's complaining to Nia, saying that they used to be unbeatable, unstoppable. It's not her, it's not you, it's him, pointing to Reginald. And Nia starts to console Reginald. So I'm thinking like maybe they about to break up or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I thought the same thing.
And then out of nowhere, she headbutts Reginald, and they're done with Reginald. I'm guessing officially.
I think Reginald gonna try to swoop in and try to persuade Nia. I think Nia got a soft spot for Reginald, even though she turned on him. She gave him just a headbutt. They ain't completely destroy him. So
right,
I think my man might be off his Rico Suave. He might be able to get back in that thing. I don't know.
Okay. Could get that. We'll see where that goes. So he, after being headbutting and recovering, standing in the ring, looking dazed and confused, Akira Tozawa, who is the 24/7 champion, is being chased down to the ring. Slides in the ring, and I was kind of confused. I definitely need your input on this one. I was kind of confused about this moment. Slides in the ring as if he doesn't know Reginald's even in the ring.
He's oblivious.
It's like you ran down that long ramp. You know what I'm saying? I know you had to have a glimpse that they just had a match. This just happened. And you slide into the ring and you never look back like he's not even there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, magically, the referee from the the Natalya and Nia in the match is magically still at ringside. So Reginald rose up Akira Tozawa after doing a couple of super fancy, I don't even know how to describe the moves he was doing.
Almost all flips and all that.
Yeah, like Olympic-esque moves. You know what I'm saying? And he not rose up, but he double leg pins Tozawa and becomes the new 24/7 champion. How do you feel about Reginald in general?
Man, I love Reginald. I think, and I hope WWE isn't missing the opportunity to do a little bit more with this guy. Like the stuff he displayed in that match, well, I would be a short little match, and just his ability to get away from the mob coming for the 24/7 and stuff he's been displaying in the future. I mean, in the past, where he fights some of the women, he tries not to fight them. He flips all around the ring to avoid them. Nice aerial attacks. Like they really need to do something with this guy, and I just wish people like him, and no disrespect to Ricochet, like I wish it was like a legit cruiserweight division, like how like it was back in WCW.
Right.
I would love seeing these guys, him, and that's what I was alluding to when we was doing the recap for the Money in the Bank. I would love to see him and Ricochet go at it.
Right.
That'd be a nice match of just amazing moves and spots and stuff like that. That'll be a joy to watch.
Definitely would be a joy to watch. two amazing workers with these uncanny moves, just pure entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Definitely need to do something with the cruiserweight division, and if they really just put a focus on these guys, you wouldn't even need that division anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
Go
it
ahead.
seems like very few and far between. I don't really see them defend that. I forget what is that joint even called now.
The cruiserweight championship.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
they
they
don't
do.
ever defend that joint like on no pay per view or nothing for real.
Well, it's on NXT. So most of the time it's defended on NXT.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's actually the championship that Roderick Strong is gunning for right now, with his new group, the Diamond Mine. So they're probably trying to look to add some validity to it. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely agree with everything you just said about those two. I love Reginald, man. We're gonna see. He does seem like he has a funny sense of humor to him, so that should play well into this whole 24/7 thing. I can't wait to see a run-in against R-Truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
that should be
yeah,
comedy gold right there.
right. So I just can't wait to see what they do with that. Which takes us to another title being defended, where we see Sheamus with the United States Championship defend against Humberto Carrillo again after cheating. Well, technically not cheating, but ambushing Humberto last week, making it easier to beat him. So he's awarded another rematch tonight. And after somewhat of a decent back and forth match, not a big Humberto fan. I'm a Sheamus fan, but not as a mid card kind of guy. Sheamus got this victory, but I want your opinion on what do you think about Humberto making I'm not gonna say a rookie mistake, but making a mental mistake of punching Sheamus in the face, knowing he has a steel mask on, hurting his hand, and then running into a brogue kick to lose this match. What do you feel about that?
Rookie mistake, man. You can't have that, man. Did he know? Did he know? Maybe he didn't know, but still. You got to do your research, man.
Maybe. And it's funny because the commentators kept mentioning it was a steel mask, and I was wondering why they kept putting emphasis on that, and that's why. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that he ended up just like, wow, that's how you did all that for a rematch, and that's how you lose
it. That's tough.
Yeah, so after he punched him, he hurt his hand. I think he came back and Sheamus headbutted him with the mask or whatever. And then brogue kick, it's over.
Sweet right there. You got a nice little weapon right there.
Yeah. No, and what's funny is once he did that, now I'm thinking like, no, it's probably not even broken no more.
Right. I hope it's not, doing all that.
Right. Like he's probably been healed and just using it as a weapon though.
Yeah, that's sweet right there.
Yeah. So next on the card, we have Jinder Mahal with his new modern day Maharaja cohorts. Shanky, I forget what the other guy's name is. My bad. Shanky and somebody.
Yeah, I don't know it.
Yeah, cutting the promo. And they're attacked by Drew McIntyre. It was at this moment, and this has nothing to do. It was just these four guys in the ring together made me realize this, and we talked about this a few times. But it's at this exact moment when I see all four of these guys standing in the ring together. The main roster's getting big, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, we always say Vince loves those bigger guys. Like, it seems like there's a lot of big big guys filtering in on this main roster now, man. Like
Yeah,
everybody's
man.
not small anymore.
Maybe that's why Big Braun Strowman was expendable, man. We got some other big guys in the wing, man. You maybe wanted too much money. I don't know, man.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely got some big guys in his roster. You know what I'm saying? SmackDown too.
And I'm glad you brought up Braun Strowman because I want to discuss what could be on the horizon for him. But I'll wait till we get to the end of this recap for that.
Okay.
So yeah, Drew McIntyre. We're obviously going to get us a Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal probably at SummerSlam, which I'm okay with. Obviously they're gonna keep Drew right around that title picture. Obviously he can't challenge Bobby anymore, but I'm quite sure once if that thing we discussed earlier with Big E cashing in or something like that, once Bobby loses that championship, Drew McIntyre is immediately going to be in line. I feel like. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm hoping that. You know what I'm saying? Let Drew cool off a little bit. Let somebody else get a chance to get some new matchups, man. He seems like he's definitely trying to stay around that the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hopefully he does cool off because there's one particular match that it seems like we're heading for that even I would pay money to see. Even I would pay money to see this match. So, but we're gonna get there once we finish up this recap. So next, and I don't know why this was called the co-main event because this didn't even happen. But we have an open challenge match. Bobby Lashley cuts the promo, and he then lets MVP cut a little promo, and then they ask if anybody has what it takes to answer the open challenge, then come on out. Thus, the return of the disappearing Keith Lee. Huge Keith Lee fan. Really felt like this wasn't the spot for him to come back. You know what I'm saying? And after a great initial first few minutes of the match, Bobby Lashley starts to completely destroy Keith Lee and eventually picks up this very convincing W over returning Keith Lee. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, man, it was leading up to be a good match, and like you said, Bobby just took over, and I'm a little bit kind of disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
I love Keith Lee. That's another good big guy who's like agile, could do stuff you wouldn't think a big guy can do.
Right.
And I think he needs a shot. But damn, you bring him back in his hometown. I'm thinking maybe they make him look strong here. Maybe he might not get the win, but maybe something happens with you know what I'm saying. Bobby has to get disqualified or something, and Keith Lee picks up a win that way.
Right.
I ain't expecting to beat Bobby clean, but like at least make Keith look strong. But just brought him back in his hometown just to take an L.
Yeah, that's kind of not too much really to say about that. I kind of felt like they could have held off on a return, or at least have him come back and beat somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I am glad he's back though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we don't go that long again without seeing him.
Facts. And that's another thing. I'm very interested to see with all these comebacks. I'm very interested to see like the long term plans of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
what's next?
That leads us to what's next. What's next? The debut, and this was interesting terminology used. The Raw debut of NXT champion Karrion Kross versus a returning Jeff Hardy. And what was a good, I won't say great, but a good back and forth match. for some reason, Karrion Kross seemed less intimidating than he normally seemed. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think they definitely held back from his NXT persona. I don't know why, man. Like this guy's a chance to be one of your guys, a big money maker for you. I don't know why they did it. Didn't
Right.
have his valet. Didn't have his main entrance. So he lost a little bit of luster, lost a little bit of edge, man.
Right. And he lost.
Yeah,
So,
the main part.
right. So after a missed Swanton bomb, can't believe I'm still saying this in 2021. Jeff Hardy's doing Swanton bombs. After a missed Swanton bomb, Karrion Kross is looking like he's going to pick up this W. He goes for a move, and Jeff Hardy ends up ducking and rolling him up and using the ropes to gain leverage to pick up this 1-2-3, catching everybody in the arena off guard as well as Karrion Kross.
My man was like so puzzled. He stayed around in the ring and was like in pure shock, like, what the hell just happened? Like, I'm thinking like, damn, did they lie to this nigga? They switched the Joe mid match, switched the results.
Uh-huh. And so Jeff Hardy, using heel tactics, picks up this W. It's unfortunate that one of these guys had to take a L. Jeff Hardy deserves a W. Karrion Kross deserved the W as well. So I would very much like a no count out or something like that. You know what I'm saying? No contest and keep it moving. But if anybody had to win, I would have bet money it would have been Karrion Kross.
Right. I definitely put the house on it.
Right. And that didn't happen, which always it's almost like WWE has to do stuff like this just to make sure we remember that they do questionable booking.
Yeah.
Like, yo, we know we giving y'all a good show so far, but don't get too hype about it. Look at this right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could fuck this up.
And like you said, the missing the Scarlet, I immediately noticed. I'm like, that's not his normal Titantron. They're not doing the smoke thing. Now obviously the screen going black and white. Obviously, I wasn't expecting that, But like you said, a lot of the package, the way the package is presented, a lot of it was missing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So interested to look by them saying this is his Raw debut. I'm guessing he's going to be on Raw.
Yeah. He's gonna drop that title soon and be a Raw superstar.
Yeah, and man, that's not a good look for him at all.
Yeah, losing on your debut.
Yeah, so we'll see what things go with that. Which brings us to the main event of the night, which seen Charlotte Flair defend her newly won, and this is a travesty, by the way, her newly won Raw's Women's Championship, not even 24 hours yet, against Rhea Ripley, who gets an automatic rematch. And this is, this is the typical, I just beat you last night. I got to beat you the next night just to get you out the way so I can get ready for somebody else type of match. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Rhea suffered the kayfabe knee injury, so obviously she's not 100%. But when you're young and you're dumb, you think you can, beat people no matter what condition you're in. We all was there one time, and that's just not how it works. So, well, obviously, she did gain a lot of momentum in this match, and that's what caused the thing we always laugh about: Charlotte grabbing the title and leaving, saying that she didn't. Yeah, and Rhea gave chase to her, and then she ended up getting disqualified by hitting Rhea with the belt. How do you feel about that ending first before we get to the other stuff?
Like I said, man, I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We always talk about why champions don't do that no more, and they're starting to do it now. Hey man, I forget I just beat you, man. I ain't got time for this. You throw your hands up. I've had enough. You know what I'm saying? We continue this on my time.
Right.
Using that championship as advantage, man. You got to beat me. I don't have to beat you.
Right.
Because you try to walk away, and then Rhea did the smart thing. No, you have to win the belt inside that square circle. Try to get her back and got decked, and that caused for the disqualification. I'm cool with it. Gave her a taste of her own medicine because Rhea did that to her at the pay-per-view when she
Right.
had the belt. So gave her a taste of her own medicine.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is the end of this feud because of what happens next. I kind of want to see like one more match between them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I'm thinking the night is over, and then Rhea is beating down Charlotte after the match, which now I can start to see what happens because like I said, this happens every single time. She's beating down Charlotte, and before she's even finished beating Charlotte down, Nikki Ash's music hits, and she comes running down with the briefcase. And silly me, I'm like, wow, I should have seen this coming. This is what normally happens. This is why this was the last match of the night. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Nikki cashes in and hits. I don't know what she hit Charlotte with. Was that a finisher? That cross body thing that she does? Is that a finisher?
It might be with the new Nikki Ash, but it never wasn't really one of her finishes cross. I don't believe. But now with the whole superhero fly cape thing.
Okay, it might be. Okay. So yeah, she defeats Charlotte Flair 1, 2, 3 to become the new Raw's Women's Champion. Now, I want your opinion on two different things, right? Obviously, I want your opinion on Nikki Ash becoming the Raw Women's Champion. But first, I want your opinion on this because I feel like this happens more so often and nobody never talks about this. Would you put yourself in Rhea Ripley's situation, right?
Okay.
Would you be okay knowing that you just beat the holy hell out of somebody and then seeing somebody else come in to cash in to win the title? Do you just walk? Because everybody always just walks off. We've never seen like a person deck somebody and stop them from cashing in, like on some hating type shit. I feel like we need to see that at least once. What's your opinion about that?
I'm not too sure. I gotta research it.
Mm-hmm.
I think during that time when Carmella had the belt, she had a couple failed attempts. So something like that might have happened with her. And I kind of get it because, at that particular time, she didn't really have any straight beef with Nikki Ash.
Right.
She probably was just super blown that she lost the belt and lost the rematch. Well, lost the opportunity to get the belt back via rematch. So she probably was being like super vindictive, like, hey, you about to lose this belt. But she definitely could have maybe attacked Nikki Ash or whatever like that. But she probably just didn't want Charlotte to have it.
Yeah. And I guess I'm thinking from like a heel persona. Maybe if that was a heel attack or something. But then again, I can't even say that because I've seen like a heel be in that position and still like not do nothing. Like I remember back in the day when Undertaker had fought Batista in a steel cage match, and after the match, Mark Henry came out and absolutely destroyed the Undertaker. And after he finished destroying them, Edge came down to cash in. And Mark Henry literally had to look like he's about to beat the shit out of Edge, but then let him go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess I would be on some petty shit. Like if I can't win the title, nobody gonna win that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one way of going about it.
Yeah, like so. I guess I don't know. I just feel like I got to see that one time. Like somebody trying to cash in. Next thing you know, oh my god, this got curb stomp. Guess he won't be cashing in tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, what's your opinion on Nikki Ash winning the championship?
Man, I love it. I like Nikki Ash, and it's refreshing to see superstars like her get a shot
Mm-hmm.
to run with the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like normally, like your Charlottes, your Beckys, your Sashas that had a belt. If not, they do take a chance. They might take a chance on somebody like Eva Marie. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll let like somebody like Nikki Cross, Nikki Ash do this superhero gimmick, get super over with the crowd, and 9 times out of 10 don't get rewarded.
Right.
So for her to see her to get rewarded, I'm loving it. And I don't know what it is. That's why like, it kind of caught me off guard. I didn't think she would cash in so soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like you said, I'm just so wrapped up in the TV, and I'm looking at the time, and it's like what the bro goes off at 11, right?
Yeah.
So it's like 10:58, 10:59, and the show literally goes off with her celebrating or whatever. So it was like she did it at the last minute. So that's why it
Mm-hmm.
caught me off guard, and it was great seeing the show go off with her celebrating, raising the belt up high. And it was great, man. What about you?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. It's a breath of fresh air. Um, like I said earlier, man, Charlotte winning for the umpteenth time. Obviously, they're gonna have her break her or get close to her dad's record, which was 16. So that was a cheap way to get her a quick number added on to the number of title reigns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna put the title on you for the night, but you're gonna lose it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So if I'd have known that, I'd have been okay with it. But initially seeing her win the title, and it's just like, oh boy, here we go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely, Nikki Ash. I kind of felt like they could have put it on Nikki Cross before she changed gimmicks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was super dope in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Great worker.
Yep. So definitely interested to see where it's going. They're creating new lanes for new rivalries and competitions. Um, one thing I did forget to bring up in the recap, and I'm glad you
I
brought up.
think I think so too. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna bring up the Alexa Bliss's playground.
Oh, something else I think we forgot too. Go ahead.
Okay, and this had she also promised a return special guest to the playground, and turned out to be Lily. She's fresh out of timeout. She's back, and they're cutting like these promos, and Eva Marie and Dewdrop drop in. Did you see Eva Marie's outfit?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
She
She is a work of art.
she might be one of the
Yeah.
baddest Jones on there, man.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
I think that's why she keep getting shot up to shot up to shot.
I believe so too. And you could tell because she's really not wrestling. She has Dewdrop doing all of the dirty work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then she just gets credits for the wins, which is I feel like a genius heel tactic, by the way. So yeah, after a brief back and forth, they stroll off, and I'm guessing we're gonna get an Alexa versus Eva Marie match eventually. Although I know Alexa in the back of her mind, she probably was excited to work with Bray at first. I know she's probably regretting this gimmick now. You know what I'm saying?
So?
I believe so, because although you get to be like super creative and she's probably having like somewhat of fun, she's also picking up the intangibles, which is a lot of losing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, I don't know if she's big on wrestling. Maybe she's not, because she dealt with like a lot of concussions and all of that. So this kind of, keeps her in the fold without having to always be physical.
Yeah.
But you're only seen literally for like 60 seconds a night unless you're fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's like, I wonder how she really feels about that. What else did I miss? What were you going to bring up?
I think we missed I could be wrong. Did we talk about Goldberg?
Oh yeah. Nope. Got so getting. Nope.
Yeah. So yeah, that was one of the biggest things last night. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he
Uh,
came out challenged.
The almighty Bobby Lashley. Yes. So after that, after Keith Lee was absolutely disgraced and done wrong, Goldberg music hits and he walks out. Fireworks. He still does the thing where he as soon as the dust clears, he's blowing the smoke out to let you know he inhaled it. Um, he's gonna challenge Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam, man. How do you feel about that?
You know me. I'm not really a big fan and just keep bringing back these old people. So challenge for the belts and just leapfrog everybody. And then I don't even know if you noticed. You know how he does this little thing where he gets all jacked up doing the fireworks. It like
Uh-huh.
he almost fell over.
Right.
Oh, this dude, man. Hey, I'm about to say he doesn't even look scary like that anymore. Doesn't even look too intimidating, but he somehow struck fear in the heart of MVP. MVP definitely got his client out of there head for the hills, man.
Shout
But
out to the podcast.
not before. It's definitely shout out to the podcast. Not before Goldberg told him, "I'm next."
And
And like you said, that's gonna be the lead up to them clashing at SummerSlam, man.
yeah.
I expect the Kofi Kingston type match against Goldberg. I fully expect Bobby Lashley to dominate. Um, no way he loses this title at SummerSlam to Goldberg. Man, I think they're going to do Survivor Series early, and I was saying earlier that we could potentially be heading towards a mega clash of Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns. The Monster Hill champion from Monday Night Raw potentially against the Monster Hill champion of SmackDown. The
I'm all for it
Almighty,
all.
yeah. And that's what I was going to allude to. I absolutely feel the titles have to be on the line. If both of these guys are champions heading into that match, the titles have to be on the line. This is what I said earlier. This is a match I would actually pay money to see. The Almighty versus the Tribal Chief.
It'd be a good one.
MVP versus Paul Heyman.
I was about to say that too. I was about to say leading up to the match, like I would love to see the segments where Bobby comes to SmackDown, Roman comes to Raw, and have
if they'd have still had the Hurt Business together, we could have got the Raw Tag Team Champions versus the Usos. Like,
yeah, that'd have been dope too, man. Like they definitely ended that Hurt Business way too early, man. I think that had potential. Like you said, like we kind of had conversations about like adding to the family. Definitely could have added to the Hurt Business and utilized some of these African American wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be in the family or in the Hurt Business. It would have been sweet.
Yeah. So it could potentially be heading towards a mega clash, man. So we gotta keep our eyes on that. Of course, the champions have brutal hurdles to clear between now and then. John Cena, Goldberg, Money in the Bank, Big E. He's a threat. He's a threat by himself without the briefcase, and then with it, he just becomes more dangerous.
Yeah.
There's after SummerSlam, obviously there's going to be Seth Rollins waiting in the wing because we're going to get a draft after SummerSlam too, I believe.
Okay, good. Definitely need to shake some stuff out now.
Right. So that'll be probably like 6 weeks. So you'll have Seth Rollins in the fold.
I expect sometime. I don't know what they're gonna do with them, but I fully expect Bray Wyatt to be back in the mix eventually in the near future. Like, I really just don't see him finishing out the year not on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You know somebody else I expect to be back in the mix soon?
Who was that?
Becky Lynch.
Oh yes, yeah,
Did you
definitely.
catch wind of the tweet that went out?
Oh yeah. So doing that Charlotte promo, you talk about the breastfeeding
Yeah.
one, right? Yeah, okay. So during that Charlotte promo, the crowd started uncontrollably shouting Becky, and in the essence to annoy the crowd, she rebutted Becky's home breastfeeding right now or something. What else did she say with it?
I can't remember. That's definitely when I remember the breastfeeding.
Yeah, Becky's home breastfeeding right now. She's not here while I'm carrying this whole division.
Yep.
And Becky catches one and she tweets out, "I'm home breastfeeding, but I'm still the most over in that entire division."
Well, I love it, man. I can't wait till the man comes back, man.
All right. So maybe at SummerSlam, you don't even need a title for that match, by the way. Neither one of them has to be champion. Obviously, if Becky comes back, I'll advocate for her to become a champion no matter where she's at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she's definitely gonna come for it because it's gonna be the whole angle. I never lost the belt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back for what's rightfully mine.
Mm-hmm. And she's the anti-hero, so hopefully she can go up against a heel. Because I would love to hear somebody rebuttal. Nobody told you to get pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Charlotte Flair. You know what I'm saying? Like, a face ain't gonna say that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, well, Bianca would say something like that. Yeah, because the thing, and this is also what I wanted to get into, which is funny, and I hate to bring race into things, but when you're black, a lot of our ghetto lingo is very heelish.
Yeah.
So even though she's a face, because she's mad ghetto, you can get away with saying heelish things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it'll work for her. Like, I can just imagine with that little tone. Oh, honey, nobody told you to get pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Nasty.
Like, yeah, like I
Yeah.
can already picture her saying something like that. So it works with her, but normally it wouldn't work for like a regular face. But yeah, that's pretty much the recap of all of that stuff. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, man. Feels good. Like I said, it was a great show, great Raw, man. I'm definitely looking forward to watching Raw now. I can't believe that. I never look forward to watching Raw.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So with that being said, watch how I segue from the wrestling to the finals. Because we missed another part where we didn't discuss this part. Did you hear MVP chastise the Cowboys and the Dallas crowd last night?
I did. And you know me, since I'm removed from being a fan of them, I definitely wanted to chop that up. Well, I probably won't do it. I want to chop that up and put that on my Facebook timeline, man. That was hilarious. That's good heel work, man.
Yeah, classic heel work. You know, you go on the town, whatever town you're in, you know, that's why y'all treating him like that. You know, it's been decades since y'all won a championship, so y'all don't know how to treat champions around here.
Yeah,
You know,
Lord the mentor, y'all. Yeah, Fort Worth, home of the Cowboys. I'm like, yeah. Woo.
Yeah. So with that being said, I think you know. Oh, one before we get off wrestling, one interesting fact is AEW is hosting Dynamite in Dallas on Wednesday. Wow, back to back events with Dallas. Aren't they lucky?
Yeah.
Like,
It seems like
Like,
certain cities just get to eat during this pandemic, man.
Yeah, like wow,
I'm surprised about that. Like, literally, Monday they got Raw, and that same Wednesday they got AEW. That's amazing to me.
Of course we have NXT tonight. You watching?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm definitely watching that.
And then also tonight, which is our segue, we have the NBA Finals. This is Game 6 in Milwaukee, the Bucks versus the Suns. This is winner go home for Phoenix. And this is the first time since 1971 the Bucks have a chance to become NBA champions. There's been a lot of speculation about if the Bucks win, who the Finals MVP would be. There's obviously there's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who, if they win the championship, will have an impressive resume at the age of 26. And then there's starting to be a lot of rumblings about James Middleton, Chris Middleton, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For man Finals MVP. Who, if you had a vote, who gets your vote?
Giannis, without a doubt. I know it's just a Finals MVP, but it's like you don't get to the finals without Giannis. It's like, come on, man. It's like, this is crazy. And he's been doing well. He's doing great. He's doing amazing. Like, sometimes he might not have the 40 point, you know what I'm saying? But like just the moments, like that amazing block. He's definitely got my vote for MVP.
Yeah. You want to know what's interesting? Is that he's literally done more than Chris Middleton every game.
Yeah.
And I feel like what's going on is we're in a time where people just can't admit to being wrong. So everybody has been ragging on Giannis for this long period of time, even up as far as like the last series against the Hawks and then the Nets. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
About not being able to shoot, not being able to make free throws, this and that, worst MVP. And I'm guilty of it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've chastised him. Yeah, we all have. But about 7 or 8 30 plus point, 15 plus rebound performances later, he's, like we said earlier about Roman Reigns beating the respect out of his opponents. Giannis has beat the respect out of me, man.
Yeah, he definitely has.
Like he whether he learns how to make free throws or learns a mid-range game, 3-point game, then it's going to be just scary from this point on if he does that. But he literally is producing every game. You see these graphics where it's like, well, Giannis done this and only Michael Jordan and LeBron has done that. Giannis done this and only Magic Johnson and Shaq has done it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're not seeing none of that with Chris Middleton.
Nope.
He's playing good, which is what a NBA player should be able to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's an all-star, so he should be playing good. He's a max contract guy.
Soon to be Olympian.
Swiftly after the finals end, he should be able to help out consistently. But like you said, Giannis has the moments, the block of the alley-oop with Ayton, or when Holiday steals from Booker and he throws the crazy hoop. Giannis finishes it and the stare down with the camera. Like, without Giannis, none of this series is over without Giannis.
Getting Ayton into foul trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That definitely plays a lot. Like, stuff like that doesn't show up in the stat sheet for Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
But taking a big weapon from Phoenix out of the game, like that helps a lot. And the amount of attention that Giannis draws to get Chris Middleton these shots.
Right.
Like, you should be able to drop buckets if like 2 to 3 people have to build a wall, like you know what I'm saying, to stop this
Mm-hmm.
guy. Y'all getting open
Mm-hmm.
shots, y'all should make these shots. You know what I'm saying? And like
Mm-hmm.
not taking another away from Chris Middleton, he's been absolutely great down the stretch and in some games. But like, come on now, like y'all, like you said, Giannis be the respect. Like two things that won me over with Giannis. Like I said, like you mean it's one thing to rag on a player, but like me and you, we objective. Like we not going to stand on our point. We're not going to down our point. Giannis coming back from that injury, and the fact that Giannis, even though he struggles at the free throw line, he doesn't shy away from the ball. He still is going to go in there, draw those fouls, go through the free throw line, hear from the crowd, take his time, go through his routine, and try his best to knock down them free throws.
Yeah.
And that's something to be said. Like we just killed Ben Simmons for it. But I think on the other end, we should definitely
Praise Giannis.
award and praise Giannis for that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's huge. You know, in the grandest stage, he's not shying away. He's not backing down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely, his mindset is definitely like top tier. He's definitely one of my favorite players in the league because he's a two-way person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Giannis has a unique quality that helps him out with his mindset. I feel like because Giannis is a foreigner, it helps him out tremendously as far as like how to handle adversity and stuff like that. Because he's not into all the BS like Americans are into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care. You know, James Harden, like he's not out at the strip clubs like James Harden and them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or he's not like trying to like be in movies like a LeBron or in commercials like Chris Paul and stuff. Like all his time, like he says, all his time is strictly for family and basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big determining factor too. What do you feel like?
Yeah, I feel like that too, like you said, and I'll just kind of segue a different way. It's just like he just has like a inner peace within him. Like I forgot it was like after one of them games, he doesn't get too high, he doesn't get too low.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like at one of the press game conferences, like just quoting like just great motivational quotes, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that.
And
Did
I
you
was
see
like,
that?
after,
Did you see that? Did you see that Pride and Ego clip?
Yeah, I think it was that. I was like, young, because when was that before? What game was that before?
I think that was before game. It was either after game 4 or right before game 5.
Right. So I wanted, I swear, on everything I love. When I seen that, I wanted to post, oh yeah, Bucks definitely taking this. I swear on everything, oh yeah, Bucks definitely taking this. I'm like, this dude.
Matter of fact, it was before game 4. It was right before game 4.
Yeah, I about to say this is a long dance.
Because I remember Colin Cowherd tweeting. He was like, Giannis with the quote of the day earlier and the play of the game tonight. I remember him tweeting that. And I think that's when he had that block on Aiden or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, man, I just gotta say it. This is how motivating that shit was. I just gotta say it. So the reporter asked this dude, he says, I've been covering the NBA for years to come, a lot of years. And it normally takes superstars to get well into their 30s before they master like the whole ego thing. But he was like, with you 26 and you already seem to like be super selfless, no pride, no ego, and all of that stuff. Like, is there anything that you did in particular, or is there any kind of mindset you got that keeps you from getting like, too over the top? And when this nigga broke down like the different Lord Jones, he was like, I could be out here saying, I had 30 and 10 last night. I got 25, 10 and 10. And at first I'm thinking like, all right, he sneaked this in Westbrook. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And then he's like, but that would just be like, ego. What's in the past is in the past. It's time to move on to what's next. And then he was like, I could say to myself, well, I know what I'm capable of. I'm going to go out there and get 50 tonight. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, but that's too much pride. He was like, I'm more so I'm gonna just see what happens. I'm gonna fill it out. You know what I'm saying? He was like, normally when I talk trash, I end up being trash right after that. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped doing that. He's like, I stay in the moment, appreciate the moment, and whatever I need to do, I just do. And that's humility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, like you said, oh yeah, I don't know.
I'm sold, man.
I'm like, this nigga's a champion. That's champion talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
this nigga been here before.
right. And then it's crazy because after they won that game, you see that little picture of him and Kobe started surfacing around the because Kobe had posted a picture of them two when Giannis won that second MVP or whatever, and the caption on Kobe picture was like, he's like, "This my dog right here, pure greatness." He's like, "You got the MVP." Get a championship next. That he posted that in late 2019 or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So to see, like, man, it would be crazy to see him fulfill that prophecy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm sold on Giannis, man. Like, definitely already have him because he's a two-way player and like my top player list. But how can you not like him at this point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he definitely jumped up my list. Man, I mean, you know me, I like great players, but I try not to go for like the overwhelming like fan favorites. And Giannis definitely was on his way to being like that, like 2-time MVP.
Mm-hmm.
But he definitely moved up the list of some of my favorite players, and I'm definitely gonna look at the copper jersey soon, man. Like,
got to.
good stuff, man.
Yeah, definitely. So, with that being said, what you think happened tonight? Think they close it out?
I think they closed it out, man. I don't think they want to mess around. I think Giannis got some more quotes to get through the team. I think their dish is gonna be too much tonight, and I think they don't let them walk out of there, man. I think they close out tonight, man.
Yeah. I feel like they close out tonight too. I think the spread is 6 points, which is surprisingly high. I think, considering how close these games been. Well, at least a few of them. Also, tidbit, Scott Foster will be the referee tonight. So this is the one that Chris Paul says has a vendetta out against him. He's 0-12 when Scott Foster referees his games. So he is the head official for tonight. So that would be something to keep an eye out on. I'm just a huge fan of Milwaukee in general because like they play old school basketball.
Okay.
Even though they have their moments where they shoot a lot of threes and shit like that, that'd be mad annoying. When they settle down and buckle in, it's a lot of physical, it's a lot of mid-range, it's a lot of in your face, it's a lot of defense, it's a lot of like, you know, just physical upfront basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I really like to see stuff like that. And yeah, I kind of feel like they'll close out tonight. And even if they don't, I really feel like they got what it takes to close out in a game 7. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to put yourself in that situation, you know.
100% sure.
Yeah. So speaking of the basketball, we got some Olympic times coming up. But before we get into the Olympics, since we're going to travel across seas, we talked about that 7 foot 4 inch 14-year-old Chinese girl that's been blazing the internet for her ridiculous stat lines in her basketball games. Just from the championship game, which was I think a few days ago, she posted a whopping 42 points, 26 rebounds, and had about 4 or 5 blocks. Do you feel like it should be a restriction as far as like height goes normally it's just age. So if everybody's 14, they can play. But how do you go against that?
I get it, what you're going at, but it's like, nah, I don't think so, because like she might be a disadvantage. So where does she play at?
Right. Okay.
So I don't know. Like, I mean, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I don't think it should be a restriction though.
Yeah, I don't feel like it is either. And when we first initially talked about it, I was like, if that was like us and we was 14 and we came across somebody like that, because in the video clips, you can see the other kids are basically just giving up every time she gets the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, now we wouldn't have been like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you'd have had to work for it. Like whether it's all right, there's 15 of us on this team. Everybody got 6 fouls. We gonna be extra physical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we gonna see what kind of mindset they got. Because if you could take somebody out the game mentally, it don't matter what their stats is.
Right. Yeah.
So that'd have been worth a try. You know what I'm saying? But man, 7'4" at 14. Where does she go when she hits puberty?
I don't even know, bro. Shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Hopefully she can keep this up and then don't be just dominating these kids because they're kids. I love to see her have like a nice pro career.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You see like a lot of these kids who take off early because of their physical stature, and then or just phenomenal work ethic. But sometimes they go away. You don't really hear about them or whatever.
Right.
I just don't want her to end up in a "Where Is They Now" video. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, definitely respect on that. So I guess we'll see down in the long run where she ends up. Which brings us to the Olympics. What's going on with the Olympics, man?
Yeah, man. Rough start to Team USA, man. Took a couple losses.
Mm-hmm.
Players entered the protocol. Had to swap out a few players, man. Had to send Bradley Beal back.
Mm-hmm.
They picked up JaVale McGee. And I can't remember the guy's name from the Spurs.
Keldon Johnson. Yeah.
So they out here trying out like a not too good team for USA. Like somebody, I think me and Game, shout out to Game. And maybe you can answer this. Like,
mm-hmm.
Is this the worst team we've seen since they allowed pros?
I would have to see who was on that 2014. That might be the worst team. But if not, this is definitely the worst team.
Yeah, we definitely gonna check that. And yeah, I definitely. It seemed like just because they lost so many games. So even if it's only 2, but like Team USA don't really lose that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I would just want to just get your thoughts on like, what do you see? You think maybe just blow it off as this just exhibition? Do you think when the games count, you think they could turn it on and go for gold?
I could go win gold still. What's been happening in the NBA the last few years is the mentality's been changing. So because we were in a team up era, it kind of forces you to you don't have to play your hardest because you're surrounded with so much talent. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, and we've seen it plenty in the team up era, is you come across a team that doesn't have as much talent as you, but they play excellent team basketball. So you end up having to work a little harder. And I think Team USA, they have to adjust to the fact that they're going to have to work for a gold medal.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to be out here beating people by 50 and all of that. They're really going to have to like buckle down and work. I don't know if JaVale McGee is going to get a lot of playing time. I'm actually a fan of Keldon Johnson. He's a nice, solid young player, two-way player, high energy. Well, they don't need this, but obviously can stretch the floor with the three-point shooting. Should bring some tenacious defense. Younger, so I know he's going to be playing like he has something to prove. Yeah, just defensively, they got to buckle down. Damian Lillard, he has been like the defensive liability so far. Keldon Johnson is also a great playmaker, by the way, which I feel like is one of the biggest problems with Team USA. They don't have a lot of playmakers. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel like they constructed of a lot of score first perimeter guards, and then. Because if you look at the games, you need somebody that can like kind of flow the pieces together versus like everybody's just playing ISO ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to break my dude down for like 10 seconds, and if I can't hit KD, you got the long cannon. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you do something with it.
you could pull up over anybody when they come down to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like, even though it's poorly constructed, they can still win a gold medal because even the worst of USA talent is going to at least be on par with the rest of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they wasn't getting blown out these games. They still, while playing bad, had a chance of winning some of these games. And then they'll get some reinforcements once the finals over. Middleton, Drew Holiday, and I think Devin Booker, right?
Yeah, I think Devin Booker, I think so. So, and that's just assuming, it's easy to say this now, but out of those three players, somebody's going to take an L in the finals.
Yeah.
So you don't know if that'll change. Man, fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll see. Drew Holiday is definitely going to be, at least I hope he's going to be a solid playmaker. Devin Booker brings a lot of firepower. Chris Middleton's going to bring, the mid-range every other game probably. And
MVP, by the way.
Yeah, which is definitely what's crazy. He's not even consistent, and he gets MVP talk. You know what? It reminds me of. It reminds me of the same exact thing that they were doing with Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
Okay, yeah.
This is exactly what it reminds me of. Devin Booker's clearly carrying the Suns throughout the whole season.
But Chris Paul
was getting the MVP consideration.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now, even if you look at the Suns like situation now, Devin Booker's been doing like the heavy lifting.
Definitely. Like we mentioned last podcast, man. Where is the point guard?
Right. And the celebration's going to CP3.
Yeah.
Like, even when they lost, did you see that clip when the reporter asked Devin Booker? We talked about that, matter of fact. Do we feel sorry for CP3?
Yeah, like that kind of question are you asking me, bro?
Yeah, like he didn't just take a L2 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't just have 40. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like it's taken us. We've like taken ourselves out of reality, and we're just going to see what we want to see.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I feel is happening with the Chris Middleton and Giannis thing. Like we don't want Giannis to be the MVP. So anybody that's doing remotely something, even albeit every other game. Chris Middleton is this game 6, and Chris Middleton had 2 good games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's the MVP. That's crazy as hell.
Yeah, Giannis don't have that luxury. Giannis have a bad game, Bucks probably gonna lose.
Right. I'm like, he been putting in so much work. Like them odd seasons where whoever lose in the finals and a nigga lose and still get finals MVP, that's the kind of work he's putting in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so
I really don't get like people's logic.
And I think I seen a graphic where like Giannis is, like you said, is leading the team in points, steals, rebounds, blocks, first in all those categories, and y'all still want to give the MVP to Chris Middleton.
And yeah, he's not. He just. And I'm about to say it got to be just like the timing of his scoring, the highlights, but you can't even do that because Giannis got highlights too, and Giannis got they gonna be playing this 25 years from now highlights,
Right?
Like that oop, especially, and it's not his fault. The oop from that angle with LeBron in the background is going to be played for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And then the block on Ayton with the game basically on the line.
Definitely gonna be talked about. I hope Bama start appreciating that more and like playing that in classic moments and stuff like that, like how they bring up the goddamn LeBron block. That was an amazing block.
Mm-hmm. So definitely deserve this moment. Definitely hope it culminates tonight. Bring some validity back to the league. I know a lot of injuries happened this year, but you know, shout out to the small market teams. Shout out to the regularly constructed teams.
Right.
Again, I'm gonna bring up this prophecy on the potential of being fulfilled. We all remember the starting five from the Houston Rockets a few years ago. Hey, I'm gonna keep bringing this up. PJ Tucker has a chance to beat each of his other starting five teammates in a single postseason run to capture a championship. So we keep our eyes on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's an amazing.
So you had the CP3 is the last piece to the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it was a meme going around, and it was a picture of I think it was Westbrook, James Harden, and PJ Tucker walking off the court together, and it was like, damn, you'd have never guessed in a million years. Though one nigga in this picture that's about to get a ring is PJ Tucker and not the other two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, just a little. I like when little memes come to fruition like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely cool.
Yeah. Other than that, you want to get to the what the fuck facts of the day?
Yeah, man, it's been like a long podcast. We can go ahead and start winding down, wrapping it up.
Yeah, definitely been a long podcast. So I'll go ahead, take the reins on this one. So my what the fuck factor of the day is based on Dr. Phil. So for the people out there listening, did y'all know that Dr. Phil lost his license to practice psychology in the year of 2006? Therefore, everybody who's came on his show all these years have to sign an agreement that they're coming on the show to get advice from a regular citizen and not a psychologist.
Wow. That's crazy.
So
did not know that.
So when we call him Dr. Phil, this is basically a character's name and not because he's really a doctor.
The swindle.
Definitely the swindle. That is crazy.
All right. So my what the fuck fact for the week. Well, certain animals, what I'm saying, if injured or harmed, they can go on without a limb and maybe even regenerate that limb. But did you know that a starfish, if its limb is cut off, that limb will grow another starfish?
And I was so confused when you told me that. Like, this is how confused I was, y'all. Like, I'm asking, like, all right, so the starfish that's missing is just going to regrow that limb back. And he's like, nah, the limb that's been cut off is going to turn into another starfish. And I'm like, one, they need to check the DNA on starfish because something's whatever they got, I need that. You know what I'm saying?
No
like,
bullshit. It was like some X-Men mutant type shit.
Like if I cut my hand off, like the hand's going to just grow into another me. You know, like what? That's crazy. That's amazing right there, huh? I had no idea.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop. Like I said, I love nature, and I can't believe I've never heard that.
All right. Yeah, that's wow. And that is very dope right there. So with all that being said, you know, we're gonna get up out of here now. So you want to do the shout outs or
Do I got any shout outs? Yeah, I got a shout out. I got two.
okay.
Shout out to the women's division, and shout out to WWE for somewhat getting it right with the Money in the Bank winners. I'm happy they're giving fresh, new people a push and also a deserving member of the team a push. Hopefully, all goes well with Big E. We seen Nikki cash out. Got it. Hopefully, she has like a nice run with it. So hopefully they still continue to do the right thing.
Facts. Yeah, I definitely want to shout out WWE, man. Just giving a bunch of surprises. Might not agree with every surprise, but at least they're giving us surprises. You know what I'm saying? Right. Might not agree with how they're doing some returns, but at least they got the returns happening. So hopefully, just it's a form of trying, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Monday Night Raw was actually good last night. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a while since we said that.
Right.
But yeah, it's been solid. Money in the Bank was solid. Shout out to Giannis, man. Has a opportunity to do something not too many people in the league have done. I think there's only 12 other people in league history that's won multiple MVPs and a championship. And he would make the 13th. So, hopefully he can, get that done tonight. And other than that, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done too, man. Thank y'all for listening. Continue to listen, share, subscribe, comment, give us feedback.
Yep. And this has been another episode of Head for the Hills. We out.
Bye.